Hi guys, um, what's going on? My name is Jose Hernandez, um, coming to you live here on YouTube from Meriden, Connecticut. I'm mostly in Facebook, and I'm really famous on Facebook actually by if you see that I'm a selective service registrant. I wanted to do this video and upload it to YouTube because I wanted to talk to you guys about the explanation of selective service system, what it means to young men nowadays, you know, through around the 50 states of the United States, including Puerto Rico. Okay. Um, the Selective Service System is an independent agency or the executive branch of the federal government, which actually collects, you know, names, addresses, and everything, and put them into a pool, which actually, and it's kind of amazing because they, the federal government will let you keep they keep your name, they keep your address, they keep your information on record, just in case at first, if the federal government, hears or decides, that the president of the United States and Congress came together and said, well, we're going to reenact the selective service system. Okay. Um, and then that's one of the major things. The other major thing is that you know we haven't had a draft, a military draft since 1973, which actually every man has registered um, after January 1st, 1960, were required to register with the selective service system, which actually, because there's no draft, in place and stuff like that, um, they wouldn't keep, it's legal for them to keep your information, but it's for federal jobs, student financial aid, most programs and services out there. For public service, for um, it won't be entitled for national service, but it will be entitled for public service. It will be entitled for security clearances, government clearances, everything that that's out there nowadays. You need, and you're a man. That's what you need selective service system for. Yeah, I mean, so many people had doubted me in the past, because I'm registered with Selective Service System since the age of 18. But they think that the Selective Service, is only military, because in my lifetime I had some, mental issues in my lifetime, which I have recovered. But at the same time, people think that selective service will draft you and then they will keep your information for a certain amount of years, and that's it. And that's not even true. What's going to happen here is that after the age of 26, you're active. You're not, you're active from the age of 18 to 26, but they will not activate you anymore, but you'll be on the registration record for a lifetime, like you were active and you comply with federal law. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, then, you can go with your selective service card, and it'll give you clearances to go into federal buildings, state buildings. you know um, you can show it to police officers, you can show it to state police officers, federal government officials. Will give you clearance for everything, even for unemployment benefits nowadays. You have to have selective service system Because here in the state of Connecticut, if you're a man and you're not registered with Selective Service and you try to file for unemployment, that's not, the application won't go through anymore because you're a man, you're past 26, you're past the age of 26, but you're also not registered and you want to apply for unemployment benefits. And, I seen cases where I've gone to the local American Job Centers and I seen men registering for unemployment benefits here in the state of Connecticut. But when that happens, um, you know, the screen will change and it will say that if he's registered with Selective Service, to click on whatever they want you to click. So it's difficult when a person is a man and you're past the age of 26. You don't have the Select Service registration, and it's hard. I like I said before, I've been down many times because I'm a government registered, lifetime government registered, and and people think that that it's all military, and they have said to me in the past, even you know military members, veterans, that they would say, oh, I went to the Iraq War, and you know what I mean, and all the defects that you have and everything and stuff like that. They're not gonna accept you in the military. That's all a bunch of beeswax crap. Yeah, I mean that's that's not even true. Selective service and the military, you know, were non, you know, be, like what I'm trying to say is pass information, your information to the US Army. And, in many cases, if you call the United States Army, they would have the number of Selective Service System. They would provide you with that phone number. But you gotta understand as well that when you register with Selective Service, you're registering under the Military Selective Service Act. The act, that meaning that the window of 8 years that you registered, you already complied through a military program in the Selective Service Agency. That after you comply with, you know, with that, registering, and you comply with, until the age of 26, you would get benefits from, work benefits on everything, security clearances, government clearance, everything. You know what I mean? So it's national security stuff, and what's going on with COVID-19 and stuff like that. Um, I went on Facebook many times. I had COVID-19, sadly, which I had no symptoms. I was symptomatic A. I was lucky enough not to have the symptoms. I got my first COVID-19 shot, vaccine, and now I'm gonna get it on the 4th, which I live in a local group home right now. So yeah, because I was homeless, I hadn't had nowhere to stay, and so I'm doing good, and stuff like that. But in all seriousness, I mean, registering for Selective Service is very important. Yeah, I mean, it's very important for your life as a man. It's important for me as a man in my life, and people think that this is military. No, it's not. It's two separate different things, which the Department of Defense is the manager of Selective Service System. So they kept it that way. So when, you know, the president of the United States and Congress decides to return to a draft in the national emergency or war, they could do that. So the Department of Defense, becomes now the owner of Selective Service, not management like it is right now. But I wanted to come to you, all the viewers. I'm gonna upload this on Facebook, and on YouTube, and I want to remind you that when you register, it's a good thing, and I'm gonna show you a my selective service card that I laminated. Is the only thing legal that you can do, laminated, because it would look like a real ID, but you can't do that with most federal, especially U.S. federal, documentations. But with the selective service ID, they would give you that permission because it looks like just like an ID. If you look closely, it looks just like this. That's my fingerprinting, my big thumb actually, and this is through the back, and this is how it looks. Okay, just like this, and I'm government registered for a lifetime. If World War III happens, you know, I'm the first one to be called, no matter how old I am now. So I can be 90, and if I'm alive, government will call me up for anything that they need. All right, guys. It's nighttime here right now, so I want to let you guys go, and you guys have a good night and a good day. And remember that the selective service system is, you know, a great agency that I couldn't ever been registering. Thank you, guys. God bless, and remember that selective service is there. So I go on their defense. So on their side. Thank you, and you have yourself a great night.